Ladies and gentlemen, we are here covering the pre-fight press conference between the undefeated welterweight champions Pip Gargery and Herbert the PYG Pocket. The fighters are coming in now, so let's go to our announcer for the day, Mr. Jaggers.
Right then, here we have it, our first fighter, coming in at 100 pounds. He is a force to be reckoned with. When he isn't knocking you down, he's straightening you up on your manners. His skin is fair, but his fighting style isn't. Hailing from high society London, it's Herbert, the PYG Pocket. And our next fighter, coming in at 90 pounds. Born on an anvil and raised by the swing of the hammer, his pure strength makes him the toughest hitting boy in all the marshes. He may not know what school is, but one punch and you'll be history. He's rough, he's tough, and he hangs with convicts. It's Pip Gargery!
Woo!
Yay. Now, let's go to Estella with some specifics about the fight.
Tomorrow's fight will be held in the courtyard of the world-famous Saddest House. The rules are simple. No biting, no spitting, and the first to go home crying to their mommy loses. The winner of the fight will not only be the toughest guy around, but will also earn a kiss on the cheek from me.
Those certainly are some high stakes. So, Herbert, tell us, how have you been training for this fight?
Well, mainly I've been working really hard at a school for gentlemen where they teach us to be proper fighters.
And, what is a proper fighter?
One that, whether he wins or loses, is always dressed better than his opponent.
How, intimidating. And, Pip, what kind of preparations have you been making for the fight?
I've put in a lot of work at the forge, making all sorts of things. I figure as long as I'm doing something, I'm going to be in better shape than someone who's eating crumpets and just sitting around.
Now that was as cold as Havisham's backward feminist heart. Herbert, care to respond?
Well, you know what PYG stands for, don't you?
No, what?
Pummel you to the ground.
Oh, looks like our two prowlers are getting a little heated. We better get back to business. Herbert, tell us, what do you think makes you a better fighter?
My IQ far surpasses that of Pip over there. I mean, honestly, how can he expect to throw a punch when he can't even spell it?
What do you think makes you a better opponent than Herbert?
Well, first of all, I think this guy over here hasn't even been in a fist fight before. I mean, the last time I heard him fighting, it was whether a fork goes on the left or right side of the caviar spoon with Mr. Drummel.
Ooh, what an insult. Now tell us, Herbert, what attire will you be sporting for this event?
I will probably wear my velvet red coat along with my best top hat and leather shoes. You know what they say, dress for success.
And you, Pip?
Probably my best pants and shirt.
By best pants, do you mean the ones with only one hole in them?
All right, Herbert, that's enough. Time to take some questions from the crowd. Anyone with a question for Mr. Gargery, please raise your hand. All right, you.
Pip, is it true that Estella once made you cry?
Estella's done many things to me, but make me cry? Whatever.
All right, next question. You.
Now, Pip, is it true that you just lied about Estella making you have cried?
Okay, that's enough questions for Pip. Anyone with questions for Mr. Pocket, please raise your hands now.
Yeah! Herbert, why would you want to fight an innocent young man like Pip? What happens if you guys become friends and even perhaps roommates? Even. Won't this fight just make things awkward?
I don't see myself being in the company of this dirty son of a blacksmith again, unless he wants to get beaten twice. Plus, Estella is really hot, and a kiss on the cheek from her would make me the coolest gentleman in town.
All right, that will be enough from the audience. It's time to conclude this press conference. Herbert, give us your prediction.
My plan is to recite Shakespeare throughout the fight in order to confuse Pip. By round 6, his tiny little brain will be confused by all the big three-letter words. He will be forced to eject himself from the fight.
And Pip, what do you think will happen in tomorrow's brawl?
I'm predicting a one-punch knockout. You're going to be on the ground, screaming bloody murder while you clean your nose with your silk handkerchief.
There you have it, ladies and gents. A fight for the ages. Now back to Estella with the wrap-up.
This fight should prove to be a classic test of brain versus brawn. In one corner, a tough working boy bred from blacksmiths and convicts, and in the other corner, a perfect gentleman who's got all the right stuff. I'm only giving one kiss to one victor, so come to Status House or tune into your local telegraph station to watch Gargery versus Pocket.
Would you want to fight such an innocent man? Why would you? He's trying to get away. I won't let that happen.
Ask a
Yes,
question.
go ahead, go ahead.
Please.
Yes, go.
Please.
What's your question?
Please, sir.
What is
I
it?
need to.
What's your,
I'm dying.
what's your question?
Please just let me ask it.
ask it. Go
Ask
ahead.
a question.
Saying no. Oh no, here I go. Gonna die.